Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit, continues along. And as we talked about prior to the break, Sheldon Haudenschild joins us on the hotline. Hello, Sheldon. Welcome into Wing Nation.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, it is great to talk with you, and great to talk with you after another win. Second win of the season, Friday night out at the old Texas two-step at the Cotton Bowl. Has to be good to be off to a pretty solid start the way things are going for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to get at least one win out of the way early, and to have two this early in the season, definitely a confidence booster, and gets you looking forward to going to California and getting some more races in.
Sheldon, what is it about Cotton Bowl that just seems to fit with you so good, being that you picked up the win there the first night last year and then again this year?
I don't know. I think just a pretty technical track, and you got to find the track early. And, I don't know, just kind of a place that I was comfortable at first time I went there, and was able to get a win last year and then again this year. So I think just a technical track that's a little bit on the edge, and kind of got to send it for a few laps and, just try and get to the lead there and then maintain the lead. And struggled a little bit on Saturday, but I think a technical track and one that just fits me a little bit.
Sheldon, you're using two different terms, and they seem to me like polar opposites. And I've never driven a race car. Okay, so you may be talking. You talk about a technical racetrack, and then you talk about you have to send it for a few laps. Is there a balance you have to strike on a track like that?
Yeah, for sure. Technical is in like the first year we went there, it was super slick in 3 and 4 and had a powder berm up on the fence, and nobody really wanted to run it, and then you have to send it and try it a couple laps. So I think that's just both years I've been in a good position where I started 7th and 8th and was able to see what the other guys were doing, and they were trying to get that bottom going. And when you're running 7th, 8th, 5th, you don't really have anything to lose. So, that kind of puts you in the position to be able to try things. And just the last 2 years, it's worked out that way.
Sheldon, your dad, Jack, is the one who started the name The Haudline, and you have wholeheartedly filled those shoes and get up on the Haudline as well. Is that something that you've just watched your dad finesse over the years, and you just said, I got to do it? If Dad can do it, I can do it. Or was there help along the way? Or is it just something, like you said, you just send it, you figured it out on your own?
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely from watching Dad, but I think, I raced motocross for 10 years, and I don't know if you guys ever been in a motocross race or seen a motocross track, but if you look at one of them and look at a sprint car track, ripping the fence somewhere, compared to that is pretty simple. So I think in that terms, it might look a little crazy, but there's a lot of guys out there in different sports doing a lot wilder stuff. So just kind of, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think some people will do it, some won't, and for me, it's not really anything crazy. I usually feel pretty comfortable if I'm doing it, and obviously just try not to crash it when you're doing it. But
That motocross is a great analogy. That really, truly is. The light has gone on with that, so I like that. I like that assessment. One of the things that I find so fascinating is you guys live a gypsy lifestyle, Sheldon. You're out traveling the country. You've got your crew guys, but then you've got your other people, your team owners. Some are here, some are not. You've got your California friends, your Ohio friends, your Pennsylvania friends, and everything. I just found it really, really heartwarming when you got out of that race car that Richard Marshall was the first one there to congratulate you. What is it like to get a win with somebody like a Ricky or Richard, your team owners? What is that like to get a win when them there, other than getting the text messages after you do it somewhere else?
Yeah, for sure. It means a lot. And we were lucky to win in Florida with Ricky there, and you don't get to be at a lot of them. So that's always cool to be able to do that with Ricky there. Then you never know where Richard and Jennifer will show up, and same with Lauren. So, Florida, we had everybody there, which was cool. And then, get to Texas, and that's Richard and Jennifer's home state. So they had a lot of family there, and Lauren was able to be there this weekend too. So, yeah, it's always great when you can win while they're there and not just watching on Dirt Vision.
Sheldon, you and I chatted. I was at a dirt track somewhere last year, and I thought it was so cool. Just what you had to say, it really resonated with me. You talked about the sponsors and the people that are behind you. You talked about your dad and kind of the legacy that he built, but you made it very clear, there's a lot of guys who, they're starting to look for different directions in their career, but you made it very poignant that basically you're in it for the long haul. As long as there's someone behind you, as long as there's still sponsors, car owners, that this is what you're going to do and you want to do it for the rest of your life. What is it that really kind of lights that fire for you and makes you want to be a part of this for so long?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of I've grown up doing this, and it's all my dad's ever done his whole life. And, I have a lot of fun doing it and make a good living doing it. So, obviously you want to make as much money as you can in your life, but you want to have as much fun as possible too. So, for me, that's right here doing this. And, yeah, I mean, the only thing I could see me ever doing maybe be the Daytona 500 or the Indy 500 if that opportunity ever came. But other than that, I'm content right here.
That is a good spot to be in. Okay, now, so Ashley mentioned your father. We are getting ready to go into a race season where your dad has retired. How have you talked to the old man? How's he doing with the prospect of retiring? Is he going to stay retired? How's Jack doing?
He's good. He's getting a little bit bored, and I worry about him sometimes, but he's all right. He's got a grandkid now, and he's loving that life. And I don't think you'll ever see him back in a sprint car again. I think he's pretty happy where he's at. The only talks that we've had is maybe the $1 million late model race at Eldora, but that's coming up pretty quick. And yeah, that'd be the only thing I think you might see him racing.
Late models, that'd be freaking awesome for sure. Obviously, we talked about the gypsy life, the road life. Obviously, your wife, Zan, up and down the road. You guys are an incredible team. You guys have been doing this for so many years together. The t-shirt trailer, I kind of want to talk about that because you guys do some off-the-wall stuff that is so awesome, from socks to dog leashes, incorporating Pella into that, the booby koozies, the concert tees, the goggles. Where do these ideas come from, Sheldon? Is that something that you put your 2 cents in, or is that 100% Zan?
It's mostly Zan for sure. And then if I see some ideas, I'll try and make them happen. I normally get yelled at, but sometimes they work out for me, and sometimes they don't. But definitely all Zan and the t-shirt trailer and the concert collections, all her ideas, all the t-shirt stuff's her ideas, and getting Pella on there, and from designing it to stocking it to selling it to all our customer service and emails and social medias. She does all of that. So yeah, she's definitely busy.
What's the latest concert series shirt, or is there a new one coming out that you can share with us? What's the latest on that? Because I just think that's fascinating.
Yeah, I think she just came out with a new concert collection one. See, I'm bad. I just let her handle it. I think it's the Eagles one.
Yeah.
So she stays on top of it. A lot of times I try not to worry about it too much, and kind of let her deal with it and give her some help if she needs it.
Sheldon, how does that work? Because now I'm intrigued thinking about the logistics of this. You guys have the website and people can go order from there. So is she shipping when you get to racetracks, or is there somebody back in Ohio that kind of handles the online orders? I have never really thought about you guys being on the road constantly. How do orders get shipped out when you do the online stuff?
Yeah, so the past 4 years we used to do it out of the trailer, and we'd be finding post offices and she'd be shipping out of the trailer, and it got to be a lot of work doing it that way, and then we would deplete our inventory in the trailer. Then we get to the track, and we'd be ran out of things. So we kind of thought that wasn't fair to the people that were actually making it to the track. So within the last year, we've been building our online store to be based out of our shop, and then we have someone go work there a couple days a week and send all our online orders out of there now. So that's been a huge help and a pretty big undertaking. Now pretty much having 2 stores running, one on the road and then one back home.
Neat. I hadn't even thought about that, but that makes so much sense. That is good stuff. Sheldon, you're headed to California. Okay, so lots of great racetracks out there, lots of great racers. I know you have a lot of friends out there. My question is, away from the racetrack, is there any fun activities that you have planned as you enter or enjoy the Golden State out there?
Yeah, for sure. We'll try and get into something. Lake Tahoe is kind of our spot, so we'll probably try and get up there for 3 days, I would say next week maybe, and possibly do some snowboarding or some mountain biking. Just have to wait and see here.
I saw that you actually were out golfing last week with Richard Marshall and Logan. How is your golf game?
So that was my first round this year. So me, Logan, and Trent, the outlaw photographer, we go quite a bit, and we don't get to golf much with Richard. And he took us all golfing yesterday, and a super nice course. And usually we don't get to play that nice of courses, so that was fun. And the golf game's not great, but Trent helps me out a lot. I did almost make a hole-in-one yesterday. I was about 2 foot from a hole-in-one, so that was pretty cool, but it needs some work.
You do not seem like a golfer to me. I mean, you just don't seem like a golfer to me. I don't mean that. That's just. How are you? Because it's that's like a patient game. Are you good with that slow moving patient game?
Yeah, I'm all right with it. I just got to make sure I don't have anything going on that day, or make sure Zan and Pella are good and safe somewhere so I can burn a day to go golf. That's the hardest part for me, but I do enjoy the golfing, and I just think it's a good sport to know how to do. And you never know who might want to go golf one day, so I think it's just a good thing to know.
No doubt about it. All right, so Sheldon, we've talked about everything from on track to off track, but I want to talk about your crew guys real quick. Obviously, Ripper, Jacob, Steve. I've got to admit, I've only watched the 3-4 races we've seen on Dirt Vision so far, and I get to the work area and there's no Drew Brenner. You just don't see him working on anybody's cars. Obviously, the guys are meshing super well. You've already picked up 2 wins, but how much are you missing your best friend Drew on the road?
Yeah, definitely. My guys right now are solid. Obviously me and Ripper go way back, and Jacob, he's been a great addition, and, didn't really have to tell him nothing. Just he knows what his job is and gets it done. And we've had Steven since middle of last year, so he's been great. And, missing Drew, obviously, his morale and his attitude is what you miss the most. And, still staying in contact with him. So, not much more you could ask for with him being gone.
It is good stuff, that is for sure. And Sheldon, we appreciate you taking some time. We're glad we had cell service near Vado, New Mexico as you were rolling west so that we could complete this interview. Thanks so much for your time. Continued success on the tour. We can't wait to see what you guys have going on for us out at California.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
There we go. Sheldon Haudenschild joining us here on Wing Nation. Stay with us. More in just a moment.